What it do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Sure. Today's lesson, I want to give a different perspective on what these gentlemen did to influence, change, and how they altered America forever. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the great, the incredible BMF. The acronym stands for Black Mafia Family. Most people do not understand that not only did they drug traffic and money launder, they were the only non-violent gang and cocaine distributor in this country. Let me repeat that again. They had no violence, and all money. They were the first one that you see that was very different from what we see around this country. The two leaders and the two founders who we know about, we hear about on TV, Big Meech and Southwest T. They were both born in Detroit, Michigan when they founded their organization in Detroit. They were known to have cartels, which were in Mexico connection, where they met in LA and their primary hub was Atlanta. They were a logistics-based organization that had an organizational structure. Most people do not realize how well these entrepreneurs were. Big Meech and Southwest T ran their drug dealing operation like a corporation. They had expense reporting. They had logistics. They had policy. They had things with recruitment. They had a policy, uniform, and they were investing their money heavily. These gentlemen were literally only got on the government's radar because of how they flossed. Most people do not realize that Big Meech's allure was not to use fear, but use love, support, and ambition as his tool. Big Meech learned early on that you get more flies with honey rather than vinegar. This gentleman literally used the law of attraction to his benefits. He would go to his people saying, "Who wants this Rolex? Get me this. Who wants this? Who wants that?" He used that edge rather than any other drug organization in this world. They revolutionized how you recruit, spend, save, and invest your money. The BMF was so unique because they were not only growing their organization with the money laundering and the drugs, they were also funding musical connections and some of the biggest artists that we see referencing to this day. BMF's cultural impact and relevance cannot be undersold. Around the upbringing in this country, they were financing, championing, building, and developing places all across the United States where we choose to live in. For example, in Atlanta, we do not realize how much that infrastructure that Big T and them and South and Big Meech and them put into the infrastructure down there. The music scene, the sporting events. BMF put themselves on billboards. We all knew or didn't know because I was too young at the time to realize what these gentlemen had they got going on. But they were single-handedly changing the way music culture is. They started section culture and they started the flossing and having fun element. Big Meech and them had a zero tolerance policy for violence. They always wanted to negotiate and keep it business. This approach has been copied, mimicked, and been useful all across this country. Big Meech and Southwest T were truly innovators because they made sure that when you made a drop, the location needed to be followed up with in zero tolerance policy. Their payroll has never been disclosed on who they had on it, but it had to be numerous for them to be in operations for over 25, 30 years. They were going strong, and specifically, what only put them on the radar was when they got a little too flashy and Southwest T pressed small town agents. Their demise happened like all drug dealers and all dope game goes. But one thing that was truly outstanding about them gentlemen was how they revolutionized the way it was done. We always tend to think about it being violence, culture, hurting and harming. BMF did the exact opposite. They did not run themselves to that element. They did not have a culture that was liaison or champion or going against that. What they believed in was packing the industry, championing artists, and they were transferring it all to a record label. The artists that they were influenced at this time that you must understand, they were around Diddy, T.I., Jay-Z, Young Jeezy, and even Fabulous. You must understand that we do not realize how much money was influenced on the culture. Black bandana, black jeans, black Air Forces. That was a staple that we see being worn and sewn, culturally iconic to this day. The great BMF started the Source magazine, was nominated as the best organizational group, and started so many things that fed the streets. BMF, Big Meech and Southwest T, were true innovators, even though in a bad way. You must give these gentlemen credit for what they did and how they went about it. Their net worth cannot be estimated because it was too high. At their height, they were probably close to $1 billion if they probably allocated everything. They lived life, they had fun, and they deserved their time accordingly. But these gentlemen changed and revolutionized the dope game. Was more we can know it. It's your boy King Crowder checking back out again with another The Story Fact on America. I think it is very important to highlight the good, the bad, and the ugly that happened in this country. I believe the BMF story highlights all three. I love it because, again, they were a nonviolent drug organization that outlasted for more than 30 years. The story is truly remarkable and incredible what these gentlemen did. It's your boy King Crowder. Check him back out. Let me know if you love the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Check it out. Peace.